So we have always been interested in starting new churches. I mean, we did some other things in our past to try to help that. So when we heard about Discovering Starting, we were kind of, yeah, we want to help with this. But the idea at the beginning was, we're going to start with kind of from ground zero and just try to be uh, seeker friendly, I guess is what the term was back then.
Yeah, I don't think either of us had ever really heard the term church plant. That was uncharted water. So, all right, we'll be church planters.
Which is hilarious because it's like, who, us?
The overall idea was church for unchurched people. And unchurched was a buzzword at the time in the late 90s. Willow Creek had really popularized the concept of being a church for the unchurched. But that concept involved a lot of separate experience. Like their Sunday morning service was specifically designed for unchurched people. And if you were a believer, you were encouraged to come on Wednesday night. And we felt like that missed something. Like we wanted a place where the unchurched person and the fully believing person would worship side by side.
We were not churched people. That's important to recognize. We didn't feel like we really belonged, and yet we belonged from the very beginning, which is weird. It's like, well, what are you going to do? We set up and tore down every week, and then we worked in the baby room because that way we didn't have to teach any lessons. We could just hold babies. When you feel like you're a part of something, whether you do something or whether you don't do anything, we've just known, yeah, these are our people. They accept us as we are, regardless of what we contribute or what we don't.
The first Sunday was very exciting.
Yeah, and we sent out cards, I think, to all the local people. We had a big service that Sunday.
There was easily 500 there. I mean, it was hard to find a place for us and our kids to sit.
In the audience.
And we were really excited, thought we were off to the races. And by the end of that first summer, we were down under 200. It just plummeted. People realized we weren't going to be exactly like Rocky Mountain. They realized how hard it was to be a part of a church plant and moved on for their own reasons. And like we went into that fall really kind of grieving the loss of like a big dream. And then that membership day.
Well, we had this membership covenant, and it's all about Jesus and the journey. And I think that was just, it was simple.
You pretty much hear about it every single Sunday, Jesus and the journey. And that was kind of the idea of the compass of pointing, navigating, going on a journey and adventure together.
The theology behind it was that we're all on the journey, like that nobody's arrived. And it was really the key to understanding how you could have a room full of unbelievers, skeptics, new believers, seasoned believers. Like, no matter how long you've been at it, there was still more for you to learn, more to grow. And in November of '99, we had our first membership Sunday. So we had done classes, we had talked about it on Sunday mornings, and we handed out the form on a Sunday in November before Thanksgiving that year. And we were just waiting to see who would step up. And
I think it was 90. Is it 90? Yeah. No. Yeah, 90. Yes.
yeah,
Okay. It's like
the stage was just full.
full. Yeah. People lined up in the stage, and
It's important that people understand that this church is very participatory. You can come, you can watch us all have the banquet, but if you don't step up and sit at the table and step up and experience through serving, through giving, through these things, you're just going to church. You're not just being church.
mm-hmm.
And Pat and Barrett would greet every Sunday.
You could go out there and there's Pat and Barrett cowboy boots on Barrett. And if it was winter, you'd have the black fuzzy hat for Pat.
and they were always there. And a few months in, I was out talking to them after church had started, and Barrett made the comment that he was still seeing a lot of people coming in carrying coffee cups, not Bibles. And I remarked that I felt like that was a good sign, like, because we were trying to reach people who might not be ready to carry a Bible yet. He's like, well, I'm going to pray for more Bibles.
And Tom says, I'm going to pray for more coffee cups. So there you go.
Lots of precious people have put time and love and service to the Lord into this church, and it has so much to offer. I'm grateful that it's here, and I'm grateful that we've got to be part of it, and hope it'll just keep going on as service to the Lord and His Word.
Thank you so much for this gift of discovery. She's beautiful. She's grown up to be such a lovely adult. And I'm so proud of her. Although, man, raising a kid is hard. And I think sometimes as a parent, even with my own other daughters, I've made mistakes. And I'm sorry about that because I'm not perfect. I'm still learning. But man, she's beautiful.
Like, I think Discovery wants to continue in the vein that it was started in. That's just something we have to keep in mind. That we've never arrived, and the door is always open. And people need a place to be welcomed, accepted, and called to community, called to serve. As long as we keep doing that, we'll still be a new church.